Hi, my name's Julie Taylor. I'm the Faculty Director of Learning and Teaching for the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Social Care here at Canterbury Christchurch University. We're here today in our new STEM building on the Canterbury Christchurch University Canterbury campus site, currently known as Building 2. So seeing the building develop over the last few months has been a fantastic opportunity to see spaces come alive to teach all of our students in this wonderful building. Come with me, I'm going to take you to the Health Simulation Suite. So here we are on the second floor at the western back end of the building where our simulation suite is. As you can see here, we have plenty of changing room space for students to change into their uniforms ready for their simulation sessions. As you can see, this is a clinical room set up with all our emergency services that we required, and eventually will be set up similar to that of an operating theatre. So as you can see here, we also have piped gases and suction so that we can simulate a real operating theatre environment. Here we are at the nurses' station, the nerve centre of any ward environment, whether in simulation or in the NHS. Here we're able to manage all of the things that are going on in our simulation suite, an integral part of the students' learning journey, being able to understand and learn their skills that they will then see out in practice when they go. This will allow us to use this fantastic new simulation suite to the best of its ability, using technology to enhance learning, providing students with the very best of what we can offer. Here we have our nurse call system. So any patient in any of our ward areas would be able to call the nursing station if they needed something. So this is the sort of equipment that students will see when they go out into practice, and they'll know how to use because they've had the opportunity to use it here in simulation. Here we are in our 8-bedded ward area, which can be used in lots of different ways, including as a paediatric unit, as you can see by our cots here, but also our full-size beds, which we're looking forward to having in this space for our students to use. We have here one of our mobile cameras that we'll be able to use to record and playback simulation sessions to help with student success. So here we are in an observation room. As you can see, there's a window into the ward so that students or staff can observe what's going on in the simulations in the ward areas. We're now in the sluice room attached to our ward, and here we have the opportunity for students to learn hand washing that is appropriate for the care of vulnerable people, and also teaching students their day-to-day care of their patients. Here we are in the X-ray suite. This is the first room that you come to, which is protected from radiation, and this is where radiographers would sit to administer the X-rays for the people they have positioned in the X-ray machine next door. Here we are in the X-ray room itself. This is where our student radiographers will learn how to use the equipment, how to position their patients, and learn all the skills required to become a qualified radiographer. We are now in the community living flat, which will be set up like a domestic house so that students can learn what it's like to work in the community, and particularly occupational therapists who work with people to become more independent in their day-to-day living. So this will be a helpful space for students to learn those skills. As an occupational therapist myself, I've been really involved in the development of this community space so that it's a useful and educative space for occupational therapists to learn some of their core skills. Here we are in the adapted bathroom, designed to help us understand how people can live more independently in their own environments. For example, a shower seat that comes down and is wide enough and big enough for many size persons, but can also be put away for those that don't need it. And also rails to help people get up and down where they need to without risk of falling. A specialist local company has provided us with this adapted sink, for example, which has handrails built in so somebody could pull themselves up on it safely without fear of falling, and colour contrast rails for people with visual impairment or cognitive impairment to ensure they understand and know where the things that help them are placed. Thank you so much for joining me on the Health Simulation Suite tour. We really look forward to welcoming students into this fantastic space, and also we would love it for you to join us to really bring this space to life.